At this juncture, please permit me to welcome to the microphone our very distinguished chairperson, Professor Georgina Yaodro, who has steered the affairs for today's event. Please, a big round of applause for her.
Thank you very much, our moderator, for doing a beautiful job this evening. I do appreciate that we are all in a hurry to leave. We've stayed for quite some time, so we're not going to bore you with any long speeches. We've heard a lot. Our distinguished guests, everyone, acknowledge, please. So we started by saying that we are looking forward to a thought-provoking evening, and you all agree with us. You all agree that it's been extremely thought-provoking. And if time had permitted, we would have continued on and on and on. If you consider the fact that the representation was really global, it's not an understatement, because it says global, AFLIGA represents globality, and then we really had representation. So it wasn't all about Ghana, it wasn't even all about Africa, but it was all about the world, so the representation was really good. In terms of the gender representation, it was equally good. We also had quite intergenerational representation in terms of the age and all that, and the backgrounds, from politicians to civil society organizations to academia to people with distinguished backgrounds. So it's been great this evening in this space. We appreciate our online participants also, and like you said, they had a lot to share, but time wouldn't allow us. So we started with our welcome address from our distinguished rep here, and he provoked us by prompting us on the role of men if you are not careful, that it's about humanity. So whilst we push the female agenda, we should not leave the men behind. Please, I want to assure you that the men are not being left behind. And now the Ministry of Gender has what they call the masculinity schools, which is part of helping to detoxify toxic masculinity and all the things that can really affect men. So things are being done at the community levels in Ghana. And as we know, gender is sociocultural. So some of the statistics you gave from the Caribbean may be different from the Ghanaian context. Still, at the tertiary level, women are behind, and GTEC statistics shows that it's like 60-40%, also depending on the discipline. So we appreciate you for that. And we always love it when we have men involved in the gender agenda. That's what we call it. So having Nana here, for example, because when men speak gender, society listens, whether we like it or not. So we are always happy to have the men involved. Our next speaker, Prof. Kandi, also spoke about the 3 R's. And if nothing at all, the femtorship you are taking away with you. So I'm not going to go into details in that. We had our address by our guest, the rep of the minister. She also prompted us on some of the policy directives in the country, if nothing at all, in terms of affirmative action. They said that 30% and then to 35% and to 50% female representation by 2030. To what extent are we going to achieve that? What are our roles in this pursuit, if any? That's another food for thought. We had a presentation from a young lady here, the 4 issues that you prompted, citing examples, and then the 6 recommendations you gave. They were equally well noted. Our discussant, online discussant, also gave us, Prof. Njogi, for example, was a discussant, so she was really comparing the various views that were expressed here. We appreciate that. Our keynote speaker, indigenization of leadership. So the question then I was asking is, how do we reconcile or sit indigenization vis-a-vis globalization? That's one of the thoughts. We don't have the space and time, the luxury of it, to discuss it here. But this is thought-provoking. So indigenization vis-a-vis globalization. The language. The Asians are going out there to learn English. That global lingua franca, it's a whole big space. There's no space for this to discuss, but it's one of the thought-provoking things. Nana, we appreciate you. I'm a sociologist as well, so the structure agency debate, the systemic, because the issue is, when it comes to gender, it's from even the womb. When a child is conceived, gender begins. And we are not conscious we are doing gender. So when someone dies, how we prepare the body is also gendered. But we are never aware that this is what we are doing. So you've been gendered from day one. Through the names you are given, the toys you play with, the school, the curriculum, the subject, your dressing, everything. Then all of a sudden, within the lecture, you said, I change. No, we resist change. So issue of resistance is expected in this space. We also learned about that. Nana came with her creativity. I'm doing a research currently on gender and the creative industry. It's a 7-member country research, and in Ghana, later we can talk about it. So she came in as a creative person with a spoken word poetry, approach, and it's lighted the room. It was a different scenario altogether. We really enjoyed that aspect of your presentation as well. And then the forum, we also heard a lot. So in the nutshell, what we're saying is that we appreciate you all, the fact that this is the maiden edition, and you stayed throughout, and our director and the organizers. We can't thank you. No, I'm not the one to give the vote of thanks, but we'll say, Yedamo Asibibre. Oh, you are done, Agbo. Akpe, kaka. So we appreciate you all. Thank you for your time and the opportunity to be in this space.